Dimitri Cornegay grew up in a family of police officers. His dad was a captain in the D.C. Metro Police Department. Uncles were officers, cousins too.
We had family reunions when it was like a gun show.
And in his own time as a police officer in Silver Spring and Montgomery County, Maryland, he attended more funerals for colleagues than he cares to remember, and it shook him to his core.
Every time we lose an officer is killed in the line of duty, we lose a brick from the foundation that makes up society itself.
So with that context, put yourself in Lieutenant Cornegay's shoes. You've just gotten off work. You get in your personal vehicle to go home, portable traffic scanner in hand. And as you ride home to your family, you hear officers on the radio talking about pulling over that guy. You realize that guy is you.
Really, before they had a chance to really, get carried away, they see who it is and they recognize you. And yeah, that makes it interesting because then you know why they did it. And then they're in the midst of, those officers, in fact, are in the midst of denial saying, oh, well, we weren't just, profiling. Well, yes, you were. And I heard you on the radio.
He identifies both black and blue.
And you can be both. This idea that you have to side with one or the other, you're either with us or against us, is just divisive.
Cornegay is a man I've come to respect. As a reporter, I met him on a routine training exercise and learned that he'd written letters to his daughter for years. So, in the event he didn't return home from his job someday, she'd know how he wanted her to live her life. Things like,
why is a relationship like a car accident?
Because the slower you go, the less damage you do.
What 3 gates should the words you're about to speak go through before you speak them?
Are the words true? Are the words kind? Are the words necessary?
Yes, that's his now grown daughter, Rhonda Cornegay Love, who went on to become an attorney, a wife, and a mom to 2 sons. Her dad did return home all those many days.
I am grateful we made it through those years, but I feel very deeply for the people who are experiencing it now.
She, like her dad, is concerned for both black and blue.
Watching the news is very difficult these days, and seeing not just police officers as aggressors, but as victims as well. And I've said multiple times to my peers and family members, it's hard to be both.
Now retired Lieutenant and Dr. Dimitri Cornegay believes there are some key things to remember, key aspects of training that need to be universal. Among them, be respectful of individuals as you approach them, as you interact with them.
There's an old saying, we're nice until it's time not to be nice anymore.
Stop thinking of people and issues as one-dimensional.
So yes and instead of either or. Yes, we are the community, and we have our own set of expectations from our police department who are here to protect us. Yes, we are the police, and we're here to protect you, and we will do our best job. We understand that we may have to get rough sometimes because some people won't come along peacefully.
Some of it goes back to those little words of wisdom Cornegay shared with his growing daughter. For instance,
never pass up opportunity to keep your mouth shut, that kind of thing.
Respect, Dimitri and Rhonda believe, is a two-way street. If you're so afraid of the other that you need to have a gun in your hand to interact with them, then maybe that's not where you're called to be. As Rhonda puts it,
I do think that there is a good way forward, and I think it starts with communication, and I think it starts with understanding, and I feel extremely frustrated when those types of ideas are not being heard.